You cannot make decisions when you have no power. So some people want to put the cart before the horse. Part of the struggle that is underway, part of the actions that are underway. Indeed, part of the actions that are underway this year was to challenge that very electoral commission, which is organizing elections where there are no constituencies. We have gone to court because that electoral commission itself should not be there. The law is very clear that the chairman of the electoral commission, if appointed one, must resign any other post he has or she has. There is absolutely no doubt that Mr. Byabakama, who is the chairman of the electoral commission, is still on the roll of Ugandan judges. Is therefore holding the office of the chair of the electoral commission illegally and must vacate. We have launched that struggle, and it's on because the law of the country is very, very clear. The secretary to the commission, Mr. Wakojo, his term expired a long time ago. Should have no business in the office of the secretary to the commission and taking our money as a remuneration and making decisions that affect the elections that are coming. These are the struggles the people of Uganda must focus on if we were to have free and fair elections. So we want to have institutions that are under the law and that are under the control of the people of Uganda before we can talk about elections being free. That will happen through struggle. We must have our rights respected before we can talk about having free and fair elections. In this year, you have seen, whenever a meeting is called, a public meeting is called, the regime police says you will not have it. Even just to go on a radio station to address people on an FM radio, from doing what he has done for a living all his life, organize a concert. Cannot organize a concert in Uganda now. We cannot accept to go to an election when our hands are tied at the back, that we can't even make money to compete. We cannot go to an election with our hands tied. Our hands won't be free unless we fight to make them free. So, ladies and gentlemen, the struggle underway in 2019 is a struggle for rights. It's a struggle for rights of the people of Uganda, without which you cannot have free elections, without which you cannot share into the resources that God has endowed us with. Our situation won't change unless we get rights. Rights are not only for Ugandans, they are universal. And this is why I invite the international community to join us in making sure that we enjoy rights like the rest of the people of the world. We are entitled to enjoy those rights. The African people are dying in the sea, in the Mediterranean Sea, trying to cross to run away from lack of rights. The only way the people in Europe can help us to make sure that we enjoy what we have here, which is much more plenty than what they have, is to join our struggle for rights. But our struggle for rights will not be dependent on them. It is ourselves who will free ourselves. We invite them to come and help us. So whether they come or whether they don't come, we must fight and liberate ourselves. So, where is this struggle ending? Where is it going? This struggle precisely means that we don't believe in the institutions that are subjugating Ugandans to continue doing what they are doing and to masquerade, to legitimize themselves through another election. That's why in this year, 2019, we focused our struggle on Article 3 of the Constitution. Article 3 of the Constitution makes it a duty of every Ugandan to do everything within their power to free themselves and to live according to the constitutional order. It's a duty. It's not just, an ordinary obligation. I mean, a request. It's a duty. We have a duty to free ourselves, each and every one of us. The whole country must rise up and seek justice. The old, the young, the women, the children, all of us must rise up and say, enough is enough. That's what Article 3 demands. And what Article 3 aims at, therefore, is to reestablish the constitutional order of Uganda, which has been totally broken. We therefore are going to cross to 2020 not only with action, but with a surge of action, extra action, action plus double action. All that needs to take action is in place. We have also made arrangements for our activists to be secured whenever they get into trouble. We fight amongst ourselves to secure our activists when they get into trouble. This is a very special moment for the country. When you are at war, don't keep whatever you have, whatever little you have, onto yourself. We must share it amongst all activists so that we can all move. We know the situation in which we all live. Special activists. Many of our activists are being thrown out of homes every day because they can't pay rent. Many of our activists have nothing to eat at home. Their children are out of schools. That's why this must end as quickly as possible. So, during this year, if you stand in the way of our rights, we shall push you. We shall push you. If you want to push back, and we push back also. It will be a push versus push. Until there is respect for every Ugandan. And when that respect is achieved, then we must have a transition to a new Uganda, where we are all equal. A transition to a new Uganda where we are all equal. And that's why this push I'm talking about must be a push of all of us, whether you are people government, people power, DP, CP. We want to galvanize, to be able to work all of us together to make sure that we all achieve our rights. And that is one area that we have invested quite a lot of effort during this year. The effort of seeing us work together. All those who want change, working together. We must all work together and isolate the problem to the maximum. Which is why I have been pleading with some of our activists not to be distracted by provocative agents. Because one of the tactics that people who are few use to confuse those who are many is to appear to come and infiltrate you and appear to talk as if they are one of you. You have regime agents who are infiltrating forces, wanting to cause conflict amongst us, cause confusion. So that instead of focusing on where the problem is, which is a very small group, we start focusing on ourselves. And I have advised all our colleagues that even if you are provoked, don't respond in equal terms. If you are wrongly accused, just say what the truth is and stop there. Don't counter attack. If you say I'm a thief, just tell them, gentlemen, I'm not a thief. I came from here, I came here. I've never stolen. Stop there. You don't have to say you are also a thief. You also just stop there. The people will start to know who amongst us is a problem from the other side. Because if we are under captivity, for 35 years we are captive of the junta. But for you never talk about the junta, you are talking about your colleagues who are fighting the junta. You never talk about the junta, then what will you be? So we must be sophisticated during this phase of struggle to maintain our purpose and our focus on those exercising unrestrained power. Does Besigye have any unrestrained power? Does he have any guns? Does he control Bank of Uganda and can go there and pull out your money? Does he control the courts even? Why do you spend time attacking one who has no power and leave the one who is causing power to you? We must focus our attention, maintain our purpose on those exercising unrestrained power. We must demand and have a transition from unrestrained power to democratic power, which is restrained by the people, which is controlled and regulated by the people. That is the struggle that we are in. My hope and target, which I believe we all share, is that that transition should come 2020, not after. We are not some of those who will never make targets of what they want. We make our target, we fight for it. We achieve it, we don't achieve it, but we have a target. Our target must be to have a transition to a dispensation that can organize a free and fair election. We shall therefore not proceed according to the program of our subjugators. We shall proceed according to our own program. And this is why I really want to appeal to all of us. Let's take time this year, make the necessary sacrifices. We must make the necessary sacrifices to free our country. All our neighbors, we look like a laughing stock now. All our neighbors change leaders, are developing, are doing. We look like a pariah in the whole region. So, ladies and gentlemen, we enter 2020 with hope, with confidence, with determination. We refuse those who want to make us live in a country of hatred. We must live in a country of love. And when I say we invite everybody, it includes those who are trapped within the other bus. All those who are trapped should look for the emergency exit and come and join us to conclude this struggle. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to suggest that we all walk into 2020 with confidence, with our heads high, ready to procure a transition for a new dispensation. That we walk into 2020 with a vision of a new Uganda. A new Uganda where we can all live decently. A new Uganda where we share resources equitably. A new Uganda that prioritizes our children and our mothers. A new Uganda where we can all enjoy quality services, quality education, quality healthcare. That Uganda is possible. Let us all work together for it. I would like to wish you a very, very happy New Year and God's blessing. Thank you.
What should we do? Should we take the questions? All the questions have all been answered. Most probably,
by the way, forget me to have neglected to thank the Honorable Namboze for this new outlook of our... She's insisting that we need to look new and prepared for new tasks. And so this is thanks to her initiative and organization. I think it's good to recognize.
what we shall do is that we shall take the questions, and I know you will be kind enough to translate this in the studios, and for anybody who needs a news bite in Uganda, all of us here, members of cabinet, are available. Thank you. Now let's take the questions. Yes, Sebo. I think we shall take 1, 2, 3, and I think, yes. Continue.
Okay. My name is Daniel Lotaya with NBS. So I have a couple of questions. Hello? Okay. The president says he will not take part in an election that is not free and fair. So I would like to ask, as the rest of the political actors get ready for 2021, and looking at 2020 as a politically charged year, is the People's Government also looking forward to the 2021 elections like the rest of Uganda is? The push, you spoke about anyone that goes against you, you will have to push back. The police has always stood in your way. with guns and bombs. How will you handle them now?
And finally,
your counterpart that you have stood against in various elections will also be delivering an end-of-year message tomorrow. Will you be listening or watching? And what would you love to hear from him?
thank you. Yes. But
Okay, I
if
recognize.
somebody says that a thief is your counterpart, usually, okay, His Excellency will reply that one, but
Okay,
maybe Uhuru.
good afternoon. I'm
Kagame.
called Nelson Kiva. I work with the New Vision. Mr. President, we understand. I think my question is a bit related to Mr. Wisdom's question. Is about we are going into 2020. It is a year when political parties are lining up for participation in 2021. If FDC calls upon you to come and carry their flag forward during the delegates conference, are you ready to take it up? Then another one, of recent you made a statement that I'm going nowhere, I'm fighting for myself too. People did not understand you well. Is it possible that you can elaborate more on that statement? Thank you.
Yes.
My name is Damal Muhaye from Daily Monitor and KFM. Dr. Kizza Besigye, when you say that 2020 is going to be a year of double action, what do you mean? Because I remember last year you said that 2019 is going to be a year of action, but we didn't see much. And number two, just to emphasize his point, are you coming back in 2021? That is what Ugandans are dying to see. And number three, when you say that those who
You mean
stand,
Ugandans are dying to see him coming?
I don't know. I'm just representing the whatever. We want to hear it from him. Number three, when you say that you push whoever who will come your way, what do you mean? Are you going to use force or you're going to go peaceful ways? And lastly, what is the update on the ICC plans or proposals, whatever? What is the update?
Thank you very much. I think, finally, Kabo's Radio 1.
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Vincent Chisiriko. I work with Radio 1 and Akabo's Kubiri. Doctor, for a long time, forces of change have talked about a united front in the forthcoming general elections. We understand that several people have showed interest in taking on the incumbent, President Yoweri Museveni. Is there anything going on behind the curtain to see that this comes to life? Because as we come to this particular press conference, we are aware of other interests like the People Power, you, and several others are intending. Is there anything behind the curtain to see that we have a single presidential candidate come 2021? Thank you.
Thank you very much for those questions. The first and I think most asked question about 2021. I want you first of all to separate the work of the people's government from the work of the political parties. The people's government is a struggle government. It's not going to be fronting candidates. There will be no candidates in this or any other election. In this or any other election, there will be no candidates of the people's government. The people's government is in place because we won elections in 2016. And we are fighting for that power that was robbed by the guns in 2016. So this is a front for struggle, not a front for elections. Now, the political parties make their decisions within their political parties. What we and those of us who are fighting from within the people's government would like to achieve is that before political parties are able to front candidates, they should have a free and fair environment in which to do so. That is our fight. And I have pointed out to you, hello, you wait, you'll have time to distribute those things. You wait. We've pointed out that the program of the Electoral Commission